All right, we will start the session. So, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. This is your host Ashutosh here. And how many of you already know about Agile Coaching Masterclass, or have you heard about Agile Coaching Masterclass? You can actually unmute yourself and speak now if you want to speak. Have you heard about Agile Coaching Masterclass?
Not until this meetup came up, Shutosh.
Okay,
Yeah, same here,
okay,
Ashutosh.
same here. Okay, and are you connected with me on LinkedIn by any chance?
Yes, I am.
I am
Okay.
not. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And if you can just also share me the roles what you're playing. You need not tell me the company name, but what roles you're playing currently in your organization.
I'm the product deployment manager.
Okay, product deployment manager.
Mm.
Okay. How about I mean, anyone else would like to share their current role?
Yeah. So Ashutosh, I am an agile transformation consultant, and
Okay,
and I do agile coaching as well. But I guess two things I'm interested in. One is, of course, seeing what it is that
hmm.
you do, and the second is also network because I am sitting in the US, but I am planning to come back to Chennai.
Okay,
So I
okay.
want to network with people that are doing similar things. So those are my two interests. So.
Okay, great, great, great. Nice to have you. I mean, yeah, I think we have more people who have joined in now. So thanks everyone for joining. And of course, I also have a YouTube channel which is called Agile Coaching and Transformation. I will share the link of this YouTube channel also to all of you. Right now, the feed of this is going on YouTube, what we are speaking. So there are a lot of interesting videos on YouTube channel also. Apart from this program, I also do a 1 hour session every Friday evening, 8 o'clock IST, 8 p.m. IST, where either I am a speaker or I bring in speakers from the industry. It is popularly called as happy hour of coaching. So it's a 1 hour session. That session, of course, is a free session every Friday evening, 8 p.m. IST. I will talk about that session a little later. So if you go on the YouTube channel, you will see all the past recordings of happy hour of coaching. So there have been some coffee conversations which I've engaged with experts. There have been some speakers which we have gotten from the industry. And of course, there are some of my sessions also there in the happy hour of coaching. So with that, let me start this session. And so first of all, once again, welcome all of you for this session. My name is Ashutosh Bhattodekar, and I'm an enterprise agile coach and a transformation agent and a change agent. And I have come out with this program, which is called as a Agile Coaching Masterclass program. We launched this program in 2018, and since then we have coached around 200 Scrum Masters and Agile coaches to go into the next level of transformation. So the unique thing about this program, I will say two unique things about this program. One is it is based on real-time industry case studies, and I'll show which are the case studies we operate on when one enrolls for this program. And second is I talk a lot about, not only talk, we also implement what we call as gamification way of coaching. So if you're connected with me on LinkedIn, there's a game which I have devised, which is called as Queen of Hearts. You can see it in my LinkedIn profile. There's an article of on which I have written the Queen of Hearts game. This gamification activity has been entirely designed by me, and that helps we as coaches to decide our coaching styles or coaching stances. So when we go into any transformation experience, we need to understand, right, which coaching style to apply. Should I be more like a medium touch coach or a high touch coach or a low touch coach? So which coaching style to apply is what this gamification activity Queen of Hearts helps us decide that. So I'll talk about it also as we move ahead. So this program is a 2 day program. It's a total 10-hour program what we have launched, and this covers four major dimensions of agile coaching. Number one, we start with an innovation mindset. Now, I think everyone knows what innovation is. Everyone knows that we have to be innovative in order to sustain and thrive in this VUCA world. But what this innovation content of this program is mainly is from coaches' lenses perspective or from a coach's perspective. So if I'm a coach, how do I coach my development team? How do I coach my product teams? How do I coach my leadership team into coming about with what we call as an innovative way of working? How do I change a mindset? How do I change that frozen middle layer, what we call, from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset? So we talk about coaching tools and techniques, more apt for the leadership coaching, more apt for the product ownership. At least from an Indian IT context, I can tell you that product owner coaching is something which is vastly neglected. You check with the teams out here, they will say that yes, I mean, the coaches will coach the development team, the scrum master, but when it comes to product owner coaching, they say that no, I mean, we don't have a mandate, or we really can't break that glass ceiling. So this actually, the first section talks about how do we coach the product leadership, how do we coach our middle management and the senior leadership to take those small baby steps towards making those big impact. So that is the section 1 of this program. Section 2 fundamentally moves into coaching styles and coaching models, be it the flow model of coaching, or the grow model of coaching, or the Oscar model of coaching. We talk about those coaching models. We also talk about how do we bring our teams from that zone of what we call as unconscious incompetence to conscious conscious competence, right? How do we bring them out from that zone, from unconscious incompetence to unconscious competence? That is the 4-stage model of what we talk about as a part of this adaptation. And of course the Shuhari model, what we talk about. So how do we bring our teams from unconscious incompetence to unconscious competence, so that success becomes a habit? How do we navigate them through these 4 stages? What are the coaching styles to be applied in each of these stages? So as a coach, what are the pain points you will get? And again, this is not a straightforward journey. Many times you come back. So you might have taken your teams to conscious competence, but you have to you find that after some time they have pulled themselves back into conscious incompetence or unconscious incompetence, right? So how do we make sure that this journey is a sustainable journey? How do we make sure that whatever coaching styles or stances we are going to apply, those will sustain this model? It should not happen that the teams come back to their original state, or they come back to their original I would say a place where they actually started. So this is a coaching 4-stage competence model what we have. And obviously as a coach, I need to identify where exactly my team is and how do I move them from a particular zone to another zone. Now, another interesting tool I cover as a part of coaching style is, apart from the regular coaching models, is the Oscar model of coaching. And then I also cover what is popularly, which was popularized by Marshall Goldsmith. If you would have known, this famous model called coaching wheel of change. So coaching wheel of change is another model which we actually implement as a part of this program. So we actually have a case study. We have a case study in which we walk the team through this coaching wheel of change. And this coaching wheel of change is a very interesting tool. For example, as a coach, there are a lot of things which I know they are negative, but I will continue to accept them. So I will delay those things. So that will go into that quadrant, accepting negative things. So I will delay. There are a lot of things which I know which are negative. I will make peace with them, that the time is not right for us to bring about those transformation activities. A lot of things I will create, add something new, or I will bring about some invention from a coaching perspective. And a lot of things I will continue to do. So any transformation you go in, any agile coaching transformation you go in, when you interact with the team, I'm sure a lot of this backlog items will come from the interaction, which we can place on this coaching wheel of change. So in effect, this coaching wheel of change becomes our backlog. This coaching wheel of change is nothing but our backlog, what we have at the end of the day. And how do I prioritize the items to be picked up from a coaching and a transformation perspective? So this is a main utility of a coaching wheel of change. So although we have other tools, we have tools like the grow model, the Oscar model, the fuel model of coaching, my personal favorite has been the coaching wheel of change. And as I said, all these models, what we are going to go through it, there will be a case study around it. It's not just talking about a theoretical concept and working on it. There will be a full-blown case study around each of this section. So each of this section, 1, 2, 3, and 4, has got a case study around it. Number 3, we go into more specifically into the role of an agile coach. So as an agile coach, what are the things I need to take care of in any transformation? It includes the transformation model. It includes the servant leadership style. We also talk about emotional intelligence, the 4 stages of psychological safety. How do I coach my teams to make them psychologically safe. The famous Amy Edmondson's model on psychological safety, we walk through it. So that's what we go much more deeper into the role of an agile coach. And fundamentally, what is the difference between a coach, a manager, a trainer, a mentor, or a guide, or a counselor? We go much more into details into section number 3, what we have. And number 4 is, how do we build and measure the success of an agile transformation? So our journey from a traditional organization into an agile organization, how does it go? And as a coach, what should be my priority area? As a coach, what should be my focus area? So I have this famous model again, which I have crafted. So most of the times what you will see is that when you ask any agile coach or a scrum master, in any interview for that matter, or in any discussion, what are the activities you do? Most of the times they will say that we do activities in Tower B. What do we mean by activities in Tower B? They will say that, we converted our team from a traditional way of working into an agile way of working. So our team was following waterfall, and we moved them into an agile way of working. Fair enough, that is what you did. But what about the measurement? What is the success criteria for your agile transformation? They will say we implemented DevOps. Then the next question will, then the next response will come that we implemented DevOps, we had those matrix or output. But if you ask me, fundamentally speaking, as an agile coach, I should only be spending 20% of my time here, which today we project as 90 or 100%. Ideally, as an agile coach, we should be working with our leadership team in value identification and value realization. I call it as a shift left and a shift right strategy of agile coaching, which means when the product is being valued, when the product is being prioritized, we as a coaches should be helping our teams, the product teams, in prioritizing the value. Again, the question might come, or the argument might come, that are we snatching over product owner's role? The answer is no. I, in my vast experience, have seen very experienced project managers have made fundamental mistake in this zone, in zone 1 and zone 2. When we are identifying value drivers, when we are strategizing and prioritizing value, I have seen fundamentally product owners have made a very, very major mistake in prioritizing, and the wrong set of features got prioritized, or in fact, the value was not properly identified. So this is where I feel as a coach, we should be working 1, 2, and 3. Identifying value drivers, strategizing and prioritizing value, and funding value. And then, of course, 4, 5, and 6, you are there. I'm not denying your presence in 4, 5, and 6, where you coach your teams, where you train them on agile values, agile principles, Scrum, Lean, Kanban. But what is also important is that once my product is on the Play Store, or once my product is productized, are we measuring the value? What was the value we funded? Are we really getting that value, or is it less? Is it more? What happened to that monetization part? What happened to the enhancement of the value? This is also where, as a coach, I feel we play a very, very crucial role. And this is one of the aspects of transformation which is neglected, which is put under the carpet, or which is actually not prioritized, if I were to say. So if you ask me, the value pipeline for an agile coach would be that 80% of the time should go in Tower A and Tower C, and hardly 20% should go in Towers B. So Tower B is the position where I would say, or the tower where I should, as an agile coach, be spending only 20% of my time. Whereas A and C, where I work with the product teams, where I work with the middle level and the senior level executives, I should be spending 80% of my time. Is what this is from my experience. Again, I have come out with this model. You won't find this model anywhere. Of course, I had presented in one of the conferences, and you might see that video on YouTube. But apart from this, the value pipeline model is something which, again, I have crafted, on the basis of which we can decide the value of a transformation. That as an agile coach, what should be your priority area? And then, of course, the $1,000,000 question: is your agile transformation giving that ROI? Again, as an experienced interviewer, when I ask this question in interviews, what are the metrics you measure? The most common answer which I get in any agile transformation is either a burn down chart, is either a velocity, or it's either a say-do ratio. I think these are the common answers I receive. Believe me, friends, these are not your business value matrix. Any organization which is spending $100, they're expecting some return out of that investment. You go to a leadership team asking for a training on Agile, they're definitely going to ask you what is the ROI of that training. The real business outcome matrix are not velocity or say-do ratio or your burn down charts or CFD. Those are your flow metrics. Those are mainly your operational metrics. Your business metrics are mainly related to operational efficiency, what you have gotten, what your solution brought about an operational efficiency. Did your solution result in more customers downloading the product from Play Store? Did your solution result in a better employee satisfaction? Was I able to reduce the call center volume? Is my product actually growing? Has it scaled beyond the various markets? Right? Has it increased its market penetration? Those are, if you ask me, the real matrix of an agile transformation, not the ones which I just mentioned, whether it is velocity or whether it is say-do ratio. I mean, yes, I'm not saying that you should not be measuring them, but that cannot be a yardstick of your ROI, or that cannot be a yardstick of your business outcome measurements. Your business outcome measurements have to be structurally defined, and you have to define them from a business perspective. It varies from industry to industry. For example, the matrix for advertisement industry would be vast different from a banking industry. They would be vast different from a IT solution for a manufacturing industry, and they would definitely be varying for a healthcare kind of a product, right? So these matrix are something which are going to uh, change, or they're going to vary from industry to industry, right? Also, one very important thing, not necessarily that all business value has to be in dollar terms. You can also have something very interesting, which is called as the social value of a transformation. What is the social value your product has generated? Social value is measured in terms of social indicators. Like if I give an India specific example, the Arogya Setu app, which government of India has brought in, it will alert if you're entering into a red zone. That is a social value which this app is giving. Or any app which tells you in your country that which zone are you entering. Are you entering a red containment zone? Are you entering an amber containment zone? Or are you entering a green containment zone? And because of which a spread of a disease can be controlled. That is nothing but a social metric or a social value what we have. So social value, not necessarily every value has to be measured in dollars term. It can be in social terms. If it's a e-governance project, it can be related to literacy. How many people have got educated because of this app? How many visits to the bank I could reduce because of a banking app I could develop? So those are the social indicators or the social matrix of the transformation what we have, right? So we also have a case study on this. And of course, the coaches charter. What is a coaches charter? A coaches charter is nothing but a document which I prepare. I mean, I do understand the fact that Agile talks about lean documentation, but this is not a documentation to be showcased with everyone. This is something which you will keep closer to your heart, that these are your primary goals for the next 3 months, your tertiary goals or secondary goals. How are you going to measure your transformation? How are you going to measure your own success criteria, that as a coach, have you succeeded in the transformation, or the transformation is not going in the right way? So this, again, I use it in conjunction with the coaching wheel of change, which I showed you, right? So I think I have talked enough about the kind of content what we cover in this program. Just to show you some of the case studies what we cover. So one of the case studies we covered last program was this digital reimagination project for a movie theater. That if you are an agile coach in a transformation engagement where you have to reimagine the way of doing business for a movie theater, what will be your coaching strategy, or what will be your coaching stance? This is the real problem what all of us are facing today, right? No one is able to go and watch to a movie. You can always watch it on the OTT platform, but the experience, believe me guys, is not the same. We all know that, right? So how do we digitally reimagine the movie going experience? And also, I think I missed to tell you, we use a tool called Miro. So you not only learn about agile coaching techniques, you also learn the tool Miro, which is a collaboration tool. So all these case studies are solved in the Miro tool. Like we used one of the template in that tool, which is called as an innovator compass. how do I use this innovator compass to actually decide the priority areas, which are my top priority areas, which are my low priority areas. How do I decide using this innovators compass? Then another case study we have which leverages these tools is the banking industry case study. How do I transform a banking organization from an old siloed based organization into a product centric organization? So you are an agile coach in this transformation. You are a new entrant into this existing structure, which is siloed in nature. You will work along with your CIO to drive in agile transformation, and you will present that roadmap in form of a coaching wheel of change and a 30-60-90 roadmap for transformation, and identify the business outcome matrix, what I just showed you just a few minutes back, the slide which I showed you, that you will have to contextualize it for this. So we just don't teach something. You have to actually apply it and see how these business matrix are going to be generated out of it. What will be the industry specific matrix which you are going to generate for this particular transformation? And of course, the coaching wheel of change, about which I already talked about earlier, that which are the things you will accept, although they are negative, which are the positive things you will make sure they remain in the transformation, which are the negative things you will eliminate. These are negative things you will change or eliminate or reduce. What are the new things you will bring about in a transformation? And some things, some good things which you will continue to maintain. So this is, as I said earlier, this is from Marshall Goldsmith. He used it for personal coaching, but I have extensively used it for my agile coaching transformation with good results, is what I have got when I use this tool. And then business matrix I already talked about. Yeah, so this is that coaching wheel of game, the Queen of Hearts game which I have, and this is entirely designed by me. In this game, we use the 16 picture cards of any standard deck. So we just use the picture cards, the aces, the king, the queen, and the jack. Each of these picture cards represents a role in an agile team. Like your aces are senior management, your king is your project leadership team, your project delivery managers, delivery heads. Your queen is a scrum master in a transformation, and Jack is a product owner. So these are the four categories of roles what we have. As we know, in any playing cards, we have four suits: hearts, diamond, spade, and club. Now, each of this has got a personality type. Like spade people are very, very direct and blunt. So people who are spade are very direct and blunt, sometimes good, but not always good. Hearts are very emotional people. Again, not always good, or sometimes good, but not always good. They're people centric with strong presence of emotional quotient. Uh, Clubs are hardworking, but at the same time, very chaotic in nature. And diamonds are number oriented. So if you have a diamond leader, he or she will ask you for numbers and matrix. So now the fun part begins. Now that we know the four roles and the four personalities, let us say you are an agile coach. I have put in my picture, but you have to imagine you are an agile coach and you get a mixture of these people in your transformation. What are the coaching challenges you are likely to face? So we work this out as a team. So we work it out as a breakout team. So all these games happen in a breakout room session. And what are the challenges you will face? What is your coaching roadmap and a blueprint for this combination? As a coach, what will be your transformation challenge, and what will be your coaching blueprint or a roadmap if you get these people in a transformation? Similarly, you can have a combination too. A combination two also we can have. Again, you'll have to identify the coaching challenges, high level coaching strategy, and the patterns exhibited by each role. As I said, I've already published this article on LinkedIn. If you want to know more about this game, you can read the article under my section. If you're connected with me on LinkedIn, you can read this article which explains this game in detail. But we, in the Agile Coaching Masterclass, we actually play this game in a team. We play this game in a team and try to understand some very interesting patterns, the do's and don'ts for deciding your coaching style. And then, of course, combination three. I'm pretty sure you know that there could be multiple combinations which are possible, four categories and four type of suits, right? There are almost 180 plus combinations which are possible, which can exist. And then as a team, you have to find out which is the best possible combination where my journey as an agile coach will be very smooth. If at all I'm lucky in my transformation to get such people, which color of ace, which of delivery manager, which of scrum master, which of PO, if I'm really lucky, what will that perfect combination would be? So you have to identify that, right? As a group, it's again a group exercise which you have to do. And then of course the worst possible combination where your entire coaching journey would be a nightmarish, if I were to say, that which will be the worst possible combination where all these four people may not be in a position to get along with themselves, and the transformation is bound to be a failure from day one. So this is that game which I was talking about, the Queen of Hearts game, what we have. So again, as I said, it's a pure practical based program, very limited time on theory. The focus is more on practical. The focus is more on understanding how exactly these techniques can be applied in our day-to-day work. And as a coach, what are the key learnings which I can take? What are the key learnings which I can take and which I can take it back to my workplace? Right. So these are some of the salient highlights of this program. Why one should be doing it? I have a video on this also. If you want to look at that video, you can go on the YouTube channel. I will publish the YouTube channel link here. I've listed down the top 5 reasons why one should enroll for this program. See, I will tell you from my experience. As I said, since last 3 years almost, we have coached 200 plus professionals. This program is especially useful if you want to learn the practical nuances of coaching. You want to apply it. If you want to become a leader, if you want to crack any interviews on Scrum Master or Agile Coach, people have found this program very, very beneficial and useful. And most importantly, it brings about a thinking agile mindset, if I were to say, which means that just like I created a Queen of Hearts game, I'm sure you would be having a lot of ideas which would come to your mind, which definitely this program opens up those ideas, right? Also, we don't consider this as an end of an association. It's a continuous association. And what we do is, even after the program is over, if there's any interview, you need any support around it, we provide that support to you during that interview. To crack any interview of a Scrum Master or an Agile Coach interview, we give that. And as I said, we have a weekly connect in form of happy hours of coaching every Friday evening, 8 p.m. IST, where I come along with a speaker, or I myself present a topic on that. So, or whatever I covered, you can unmute yourself and ask me questions. If anyone has any questions around this program.
Yeah, hi, Ashutosh.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, here DH means delivery head. Here
Yes.
delivery head, right?
Yes. So see, it is coming from real life experience. However, we say, right, that we are a small team, a Scrum team, and the Scrum team doesn't have a product, it doesn't have a delivery head or a project manager. In reality, we do have those roles, right, in a transformation.
Correct. Senior management means anybody, anybody, right? And
management could be your BU head, business unit head, or those kind of people, delivery heads. I'm not delivery heads, I mean the business unit head. Yeah, I mean the business unit head. So I'm also pinging the link of my YouTube channel. If you're interested, you can see this video, and there are more videos you will see there on that YouTube channel. I have also pinged in that also. So there's a trailer of this Agile Coaching Masterclass, which I've shared the link, but you will see more videos on coaching and transformation there.
Okay. And in the earlier side, you mentioned 80% mindset and 20% the skills, right? You mentioned 20% skills.
No, that model was different. That model was more on 80% where I should be spending my time, where I should be spending my time in a transformation. I'll just open it up. Give me a minute. So that model, about 80% of my time should go in the value drivers rather than teaching agile or converting my teams from waterfall to agile. 80% of my time should go in value identification and helping my organization realize the value. Again, I'm not saying that we should pick up the product owner role. We have product owners who are well qualified to do that role. The intent here is mainly to make sure that we are doing the right set of prioritization.
Okay. But generally, the Scrum itself says that 80% is the common sense and 20% is skill set is required.
Yeah, that is there. I mean, any framework says that without naming any framework here, but any framework will say that only. At the end of the day, see, I always believe these are my views. Framework is more for your assistance. You don't need a framework once your team has reached that reach state of agile maturity.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah, anyone else, any question? I think someone else has unmuted.
So, Ashutosh, this is Raghu. How many people do you normally have in these classes?
7 to 8 maximum. And we
Okay.
then, as I said, right, it's not that when we are doing exercise, all 7 to 8 people are not together. We create a breakout room.
Got it. And you do it over Zoom?
Yes, we do it over Zoom, right?
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry to bother you. When is this program coming up?
It is on this Saturday, Sunday, 17th, 18th. I have pinged it in the chat window. If you see the details, I have pinged in the chat window. So where are you from? Which country?
I'm in the United Kingdom.
Okay, yeah, it is in the European time zone only. It is 8 o'clock GMT. So I think it will be 9 a.m. BST. Now you're in BST, right?
Yeah, so that means it's going to be 9 o'clock Saturday morning.
Yes, 9 o'clock Saturday morning and 9 o'clock Sunday morning. Correct.
But for how long is this? What's the duration?
5 hours daily. It's not a full day program. 5 hours on Saturday, 5 hours on Sunday.
And does it come with any certification?
Yes, we give a certificate. We have our own certificate which we give. And also this program entitles you to claim 10 SCUs and PDUs. So if you're a PMP certified professional, you can claim 10 PDUs and 10 SCUs for Scrum Alliance certification. Yes, certification is there. We give a certificate.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so this is a certificate, what similar certificate what you will get. But more than the certificate, I always believe certificate you can earn, but knowledge is what we are trying to pitch in here, more than the certificate.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, anyone else, any queries? If anyone is having an interview in next 2 weeks, I would strongly advise you to attend this program, because we have had good success stories on people who had interviews coming up, who attended this program and who went in and applied these techniques, talked about them in the interview, and they cracked interviews. So definitely I would recommend people to join this program if there's an interview coming. So as I said, it will come to around 150 USD, in fact, much less than that. And then we are giving us the 25% discount. Just for folks not from India, it will come to around 140 USD dollars, and there's a 25% discount on top of it. DISC 25 is the code for it.
So Ashutosh, one other question, this is Raghu. The game, the Queen of Hearts game that you have, is that trademarked, or are we able to use it outside of this forum?
Yes,
yeah?
you can use it.
Okay.
It's in my name, but you can use it. As long as you give credit to me, I'm fine.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. That's
so you should just mention my name. No, I'm just kidding. You can use it, but
of course, yeah, of course, definitely. I won't be part of the Agile community if I don't share the credit. So.
No,
okay,
I'm just, yeah.
No, I'm serious about it. I would definitely give you credit. I just wanted to learn about that game. Okay, so this is good. I guess the time is going to be really very early for me in the US, but I'm going to give it a thought, and maybe I'll join you on Saturday.
Okay, sure. Thanks, Raghu.
Yeah, talk to you then. I'm going to drop off. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Thanks, Raghu, for joining, and do connect with me on LinkedIn if you're not connected.
I will do that. Very nice session. Thank you.
Thanks, Raghu. So this is, you can search with me on LinkedIn. This is my LinkedIn coordinates.
Yeah.
You can just connect with me on LinkedIn. That's my full name, which is coming up on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I'll do that right now.
Thanks, Raghu.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thanks for joining. Yeah, anyone else? Any question? Any quick question? Anyone else?
Yes. For me too, I mean, it's a very nice and very interesting, it will be an interesting one. However, this Saturday, I mean, this weekend is so short for me. I mean, I'm also going through my safe right now.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's a bit short for me to be able to take that. So, I mean, I will connect with you on LinkedIn and then see, I mean, subsequent programs that you have. I mean, then I'll be able to join.
Okay. Okay. Sure. 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 No worries. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be able
Yeah.
to
Do connect
join.
with me on LinkedIn and do subscribe to our channel. There are a lot of interesting videos there, and do subscribe to the channel.
Okay then. Okay.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thanks.
Okay then.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. Anyone? Any questions? I mean, Parag, Rajat, or Hari? I know Hari, you asked questions. Anyone else? Okay. In any case, you can. What I will also do is I will ping in my WhatsApp number also. In case you are interested, you can connect with me on WhatsApp and you can ask me any questions one-on-one. If you don't want to ask it in the public forum, you can connect with me on WhatsApp. This is my WhatsApp number. And please feel free to ask any questions on this program. You can connect with me on WhatsApp and we can talk one-on-one if you're interested. Okay. So I think if there are no further questions, I think we can close this session. And thanks everyone for joining and have a great day ahead. Thank you.